But the only way that we can really learn about mindfulness practice, I think, is by actually doing mindfulness practice. So we're just going to take a few moments now, and I'll invite you to do this practice together with me. And this practice will be about 8 minutes long, and it's something called the 3-step breathing space. And it's one of the core practices of the 8-week program. So I just like to go through this practice with you all now. So I'd just like to invite you all again to just sit up in your chairs, just getting ready for this practice. And perhaps just getting, again, a feel for the room around you. You know, we've been listening to a lot of information. Just getting a feel for the floor beneath you, beneath your feet. And really feeling that floor, perhaps feeling the coldness of the floor beneath you, or the weight of your body in the seat of your chair. And if you can, just sitting upright slightly, just as if you're ready to pay attention. And if you like, you can close your eyes fully or half open. And you can have your hands on your lap, up or down, that's up to you. And if you like, you can have your shoulders slightly back too, so you feel open to the session. And then now just gently following your breath. Just being with your breathing. There's nothing you have to do here, just breathing naturally. And now moving on to step 1 of the 3-step breathing space. Just checking in with which body sensations you have in your body right now. Just noticing what's arising. Is there any heat or warmth? Is there any tingling? And just allowing those sensations, whatever they may be. Just allowing yourself to be with these sensations. Yeah, don't worry about the sounds that you hear. Just take that as part of your practice. Notice how your body reacted to that sudden rush of sound. Did your heart beat slightly faster? Is it slowing down again now? Really just noticing that and accepting that as part of your practice. And now just seeing if any emotions have arisen as well. Perhaps there's some annoyance or some anger. Just noticing that too. Or perhaps there's some happiness here as well. Just allowing these emotions, whatever they may be. And if sounds come in and out, just notice those sounds coming in and out. And then just return to our practice now of being with our emotions and just noticing them. And now just letting go of your emotions and having a look at the thoughts that you may be thinking at the moment. Are there any images arising from this practice? Are there any words that are emerging? And if there are any thoughts, just allowing them to pass by, one after the other. You don't have to change anything. Just observing them is enough. And if you should get absorbed by any of these thoughts, don't worry. Just see where they took you to. Note where they took you to, and then bring yourself back to just observing and noticing. Now just gently allowing your thoughts to go into the background as well. And moving on to step 2 of the 3-step breathing space. Just beginning to move in more closely to our breathing again. Perhaps being with the full duration of an in-breath and the full duration of an out-breath. And just noticing where your breathing is most obvious to you today. Perhaps the coolness of the air coming in through your nose and the warmth of it as it goes out again. Or the stretching of your belly as you breathe in, and it's loosening as you breathe out. Just choosing a place now where you can be with your breathing. Just gently following it. And again, there's nothing you need to change about this breathing. Just being curious about it. Just following it and being with it. And if you like, you can also check in on your posture. Just see if you're sitting up still. Are we paying attention or are we drifting? And if our mind is wandering, don't worry, just gently note where it's taking you to. And then just gently guide yourself back to being with your breath. And now just moving on to step 3, allowing our breathing to go gently into the background. And just widening the lens of our awareness. Just allowing the sensations throughout our whole body to come through again. And just noticing whatever sensations there may be throughout your whole body. Perhaps just getting a sense of ourselves sitting here in this room, the space that we're taking up in the room. And just allowing whatever arises to arise and having this sense of openness. And if there is any tension within your body as you do this, just note where the tension is. And if you can, just allow yourself to soften that area. Your breathing and your thoughts in the background. And your sensations throughout your whole body in the foreground. Just allowing them to be just the way they are. Perhaps you can feel the floor beneath your feet, or the weight of yourself sitting on the chair. Perhaps you can feel the air on your skin. And just allowing these sensations to be just the way they are, wherever they may be. Just allowing yourself to be with this moment right now. And as we begin to emerge from this practice, the invitation is just to bring this sense of openness and this sense of calm and focus into the next part of our session. So if you'd like to gently begin to open your eyes. And take in the room around you, just reorient yourself with the room. And actually, perhaps a good way just to get a general gauge of what everybody felt during that session is just to do a quick popcorn quiz. So a popcorn quiz is just basically when you just put in one word of what you thought about the practice, or what to describe the practice that we just did. So if there's one word to describe what we just did, could you just put it in the chat for us? Just to see what everybody else thought as well. Yeah. And so we're just observing some of the real great benefits of doing mindfulness practice, that sense of being able to come home to the present moment and be present, and the benefits of how it makes us feel afterwards because of that process of mindfulness as well, the relaxing side and the calmness that can arise because of doing the practice. Yeah, thank you very much, everybody.